Today is Tuesday, June 7th. It's the year 2022, and you all, let's not forget we're in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. So, technically, this is my third time dealing with COVID, dealing with it now. I tested positive for COVID last Wednesday, so let me look at the dates so I can give you the timeline, because I'm still having some issues that are kind of scary over here. However, let's say today is, so I got sick on Saturday. Today's not this past Saturday, Saturday before past would have been the 27th. Yep, the 27th. So Saturday, June, was that Saturday? Friday, Saturday, so the 28th. So on May 28th, I woke up, I went out to a club that Friday night, and I came home. Next morning, I woke up to a very irritated throat. Thought it was a sinus infection or allergies. Nose running, eyes red, throat irritated, on fire. Thought it was maybe strep throat. Wasn't sure. The symptoms didn't get better. That Monday was a holiday, Memorial Weekend. So this happened Memorial Day weekend. That Monday, my doctor's office was closed. On Tuesday morning, bright and early, I called my doctor and said, hey, I need some medicine. I'm having severe allergies and problems over here. Literally, my chest was congested. Nose was running. I was coughing up film from my chest, chest congestion. Mucus was coughing it up. It was thick yellow. So I knew I had a problem. In fact, I was laying in bed Saturday morning, maybe Saturday, just trying to, and I realized something's going on. This is pretty severe. And I got up and I took some antibiotics. I started Z-Pack. And here's the funny part. Every time I've had an incident with COVID, it was so severe that I said, okay, something's not right. This is pretty bad. And I immediately would start an antibiotic. I keep them around my house. I know you're not supposed to do that, but guys, you got to do something. And the antibiotics did help clear up some of the congestion in my chest. Whenever you see a thick yellow mucus that you're coughing up, you know something ain't right. You're blowing it out your nose and it's bright, thick and yellow. You're like, okay, there's an issue here. So anyway, I called my doctor and she immediately said, well, listen, I was trying to get some codeine cough syrup to get rid of the cough. I was trying to get some medicines to help me deal with the issues. I'm thinking it was allergy related and chest congestion or something. She said, well, listen, we can't do anything until you get a negative COVID test. Go get a COVID test because it sounds like COVID. Go get tested. Let's see if this is COVID. Then we'll proceed forward from there. So at first I was kind of pissed, like, okay, I don't think I have COVID. But when I look back on the symptoms, in each time I've had COVID, and this is the third time, round 3, I can pretty much write. I have a journal. Now I write stuff in. I went back and looked at my journal and said, wait a minute. And I write stuff down because you just have to keep track of stuff. And so when I look back at my journal when I had COVID early this year, I had to go back to January and look. First I had to find the date on my phone where I got the test where it was positive, and I had to look back on the dates. And so anyway, in my journal I saw where same symptoms: itchy throat, congested chest, difficulty breathing, shortness of breath. So anyway, sure enough, I took the COVID test this time, and the test came back positive. So I was tested positive for COVID-19, my third round. This time was different. I have struggled over here. I'm not lying. I've been taking Mucinex and other medications, but this was probably the worst bout of COVID I've had. And not sure because of the heat, because it's summertime. I found myself almost unable to drive my car because I couldn't really get enough oxygen in. So I was having trouble breathing. So I said, I got behind the wheel to go to Publix, which is about 5 minutes up the road. And I was struggling when I got there. I said, okay, something's not right here. I don't know if it's because of the medication I was taking, but I wasn't taking any medication that made me drowsy or nothing. I was just having a difficult time breathing for some odd reason. I was still coughing. I was coughing up mucus. This went on for a few days, and then I went to the doctor's. I went to the pharmacy. My doctor had actually called in a prescription for this Paxlovid, which is a medicine they give you I still haven't taken it. Because you're supposed to take it within 5 days of your symptoms. I was good 7 days into the symptoms when this showed up at my pharmacy. So she never called me back and told me they were calling it in. I'm saving it for my next bout with COVID. I have it ready. So I'm doing better. But everybody I have spoken to in recent days is positive, has tested positive for COVID. Everybody. It's like it's spreading like wildfire. And of course, the conversations about COVID have dwindled in our community. You still see it occasionally on the news. I just saw where some actor died a few weeks ago from COVID. There are still issues with COVID in the United States. We're just not discussing as much. So you got to stay vigilant and pay attention to the symptoms. Because any of us could get sick, and some of us may get so sick that there are still people dying from COVID here in the United States, a couple of hundred people a day. Healthy people my age. You know, I'm an old man, so. However, stay vigilant, you guys. If you haven't, stay current on your booster shots. I was going to get the booster shot and was just waiting for the right time. I guess I missed that opportunity. I don't know what I was thinking, but there is a booster shot that is available, and I was kind of waiting to try to figure out when I was going to take it. This was last night. I was laying in bed, y'all, and I was having difficulty. I had to have a bed that kind of adjusts, so I had to adjust the bed up. So I was sitting in almost kind of an upright position, kind of slept in an upright position because I was having difficulty breathing. Today is much better. Not 100% back to normal, but to the point that I'm kind of monitoring things, kind of being there. I was supposed to go pick up this oxygen thing that reads the oxygen in your blood. I got so busy over here, we're still working on this whole raggedy out. Yeah. You can see I'm not even having a vodka and cranberry today. I'm drinking water. I have some juice in a few minutes. And my tongue, I don't know what it is about COVID. Every time I get my tongue is in distress. It's like, what is going on? My tongue is very irritated, itchy, almost painful. It's just irritated. So, be careful, you all. We got to continue to take this serious because it's not something to play with. Some of us seem to think COVID has vanished, but this was my wake-up call. It hasn't. And I would admit, I hadn't been wearing my mask. Foolish on my behalf. After I get over this round of COVID, I am going to be faithfully wearing my mask. And I'm going back, mask up. Y'all can see me with the mask on. Man, why don't you make that mask back on, you damn Skippy? I can't keep going through this over and over again because you can get COVID over and over and over. It ain't fun at all. Dude, my sleep has been difficulty. I don't know. I've been taking these medicines and stuff to help me sleep, like Mucinex and Mucinex. Yeah, I was taking everything I can get my hands on over here. I am not lying. And the crazy part is, I wake up in the morning. I feel fine, but as the day goes on, and I'm working, and it just, my chest just starts to really feel it, I think the heat, the humidity outside hasn't helped. I'm taking my shoes off, getting comfortable like I started to the beginning of this video. So we got to take our health serious. I haven't been to the gym in a couple of weeks now, a couple of months, maybe about 2 months now. Well, I started working on this house in March, so March, April, May, June. I needed a break from the gym anyway, just to let my body rest. But this was the week I was going to start back to the gym, and all of a sudden COVID showed up. The coronavirus. It's the coronavirus. Yeah, it showed back up and bit me in my black ass. At least when I was least expecting it, too. I thought COVID was gone, but I guess it wouldn't. So my suggestion to people, continue to wear your mask. And see, those of you who want to take the vaccines and boosters, I strongly recommend it. Just be careful because I still have friends who are having health issues related to COVID. And I don't want you all, I don't want us to get complacent and think, well, COVID is past and everything's fine, and then you don't get your vaccination, you don't get your booster, and then you end up in a bad situation, because it's still going to be here for a while. So I would strongly recommend, that you continue to stay vigilant, wear your mask up. Could I have caught COVID that night at that club I went out? I don't know about that, because it was a packed club, I must say. It was super duper packed. And with nobody social distancing, nobody was wearing a mask. I was at a club called Friends. Could I have caught it that night? Hard to say. I don't know what the lead time, how long it takes for COVID to begin to show symptoms. I could have caught it maybe a day or two earlier. I'm not too sure. I just know that this has not been an easy road. This past week, it has been complicated over here. Scary at one point. I think it was the night before last, I was like, I need to go to the hospital. And I was thinking, well, let me just, chill out and relax and just, pay attention to it. But I still have chest congestion. My chest is still sore. I'm still coughing up a little bit of mucus, not a lot. I just hope that I hope I'm moving out of the situation. I hope I'm not going backwards. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that things are improving and not getting worse. I've just doing a lot of reading. It seems that once you start to have multiple infections of COVID, it does get worse each time for some people. So I can definitely say this time around was probably the most intense. My breathing was labored. I mean, there was some issues going on here. And I realized that one day I just stayed in the whole bed the whole day. The workers didn't show up, and Earl didn't come over, and I just laid in bed. That was a relaxing day. I took a shower, I relaxed, I took my medications, and stayed in bed and just kind of chilled. So, are there any other people out there who have had COVID multiple times, and are you all still getting tested regularly? Are you are you checking to see? I'm just curious to know, has anyone else had it? Like, this is my third time, and if you've had it multiple times, did it get worse each time, or did it get? I'm just curious. Did it get worse? Did it get better? Are you wearing a mask? Have you gotten the booster shots? I know some of you all did not get any of the vaccines for whatever reasons. Everybody got their reasons. A bunch of crazy people. But I'm just curious to know you all's thoughts as we can still deal with the COVID-19 pandemic, or it's now they call it the endemic. I know some of you don't believe in COVID. I don't know why. I'm a believer, honey. You better believe that shit. Yeah, some people don't believe in COVID. Some of you all think that it's some I don't know what you all are thinking. I think it's a bunch of crazy shit. But I just want to do a quick video to let you all know I'm still having problems over here. I ain't dead yet, but I'm still alive. Oh, Lord, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I would not wish this on my worst enemy. I sure wouldn't. Well, this is one of them days. I look at all these receipts. My workers, they love to bring me their receipts for the stuff that they brought. I have to go through this and then show me. Well, I have an electrician. And y'all, if you're working on a house, some of this stuff can get kind of expensive. And dryer duct. What is this? He gave me a 4x8 dryer duct. What the hell is this? I need to call him, because when did we install the dryer duct? Now, what the hell going on with the dryer duct right now? Where did we get a dryer duct from? Is this the right receipt? It's $160 worth of shit here. Looked like he must have bought it today. 4x8 flexi aluminum dryer duct. That was purchased today. What would you use that for? Maybe using it for that vent pipe up there. Who knows? I trust my good electrician. I think that's what he brought that vent pipe for. I think it's sitting up there by my bedroom. I'm putting a fan installed in the bathroom. When I take a shower, it fills up with all this steam. This is an older house. This house is 50 years of age, y'all. And let me tell you, it's a great bones, but it's an older home. So the shower, and I know y'all probably like, well, we get to listen to this shit about this damn shower. But yeah, I was taking a shower up there, and it fills up with all this hot air, and there's no place for the hot air to go because there's no fan over the shower. So I had to install a fan over the shower so I can flip that switch and suck up all that hot air out the damn shower. Because it was steaming up to the shower, to the bathroom, to the point that it was just, I'm so sick of this house. This stayed in my apartment. I should have stayed. Oh, I just remembered something. So some of you all are betting on the economy to crash before housing market to crash, or we go into recession before you do whatever you plan on doing. And I'm sitting there thinking, I keep hearing this over and over from black folks, and I'm thinking, y'all are kind of crazy. Y'all want the economy to crash, right? Or for whatever reasons. I can get a house for cheap maybe or something. But don't y'all realize that when this economy goes down and sinks, you're going to be like rats on a ship drowning with the economy. You're going to go down with it. Black folks don't get this. Don't you realize that you in steerage on the Titanic? And if this ship go down, your black ass is going too. I'm like, okay, y'all, we keep wishing gloom and doom on the economy and everything. A recession, you want any recession. Well, how is this going to benefit you all? Who is it going to help? How is it going to benefit anybody? I don't think it's going to benefit anybody at all, especially folks that look like me and you. You see this black, brown skin? We down in the bottom of the Titanic. We ain't getting up out that ship. You're going to go down right there with us. So I don't know if it's a good idea to keep wishing for everything to crash and burn. So you can get a house for cheap if you ain't got no money, or a loan. Anybody won't give you a loan to get a house, or whatever y'all want, housing market cards. But everybody want everything to blow up and explode. I'm thinking, don't you realize that when they blow up and explode, it's taking your black ass out with it too? I'm like, what is wrong with these damn folks? Y'all, do people really think that that this economy's gonna crash and burn, and you gonna escape the wrath of the selling economy? I'm so over this shit. Y'all really think this economy is gonna blow up and ain't gonna blow your black ass up too? I wouldn't be motivational gloom and doom. I mean, I'm listening. I'm hearing all these people make these comments. I'm thinking, this is the most ignorant shit I ever heard in my entire life. Don't you realize in 2008, when the economy tanked, all them black folks that lost their jobs and houses and homes and every damn thing they owned, did people forget about that shit? I didn't. That was not a good time at all. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Most definitely wouldn't wish that on my neighbors, family, and friends, or myself. That was a very rough period back then. Do people forget? I have not forgotten. And I don't think anybody want to walk down that path. So when y'all sitting around betting on the gloom and doom and betting on before you waiting for things to crash and burn before you do something, when things do crash and burn, you ain't going to be able to do shit. But sit in your house and look out the windows and pray they don't come throw you out that damn house. All this escalating rent, all this shit, things are getting real crazy in this country right about now. Greed is really harming this country. And I meant to do a video about this whole roommate thing and families living together, because this seems to be kind of crazy. There's so many of us who are refusing, for whatever reasons, to people are just refusing for whatever reasons to come together in the same environment and work as a team. Me and her made the decision we're going to live in the same household because we're paying a lot of money in rent, which now we're splitting the mortgage payment. That works out for us better than it does us living in separate apartments. It brings all our household expenses in under one roof and much cheaper for us to live. And we have a beautiful home in the prospect, huh, John? But that'd be a whole nother YouTube video right there. I'll talk about that some other time. I ain't gonna tell how that shit gonna work out. But anyway, you all quit wishing gloom and doom and waiting on the sidelines. Some of y'all are literally sitting on the sidelines like vultures waiting for whatever. And what if it never happens? What if this crash that everybody's predicting never comes? Then what? You've been sitting over there waiting for God knows what before you do whatever you're trying to do. I don't know what it is folks are trying to do. Whether it's buy a house, buy a car, or start a business or whatever. Everybody's waiting for doomsday. But if doomsday's come and destroys you in the process, what good will that do? Okay. Anyway, that's just my thoughts and opinion. I'm just some stupid nigga over here on the internet. Don't pay me no attention. But yeah, I just find it kind of hard that people are sitting around waiting for the end to come before they make a decision to move forward. But they don't realize when the end comes, it's going to end their ass too. Right? Well, anyway, these are just my thoughts and opinions. Y'all welcome to do what you want to and think what you want to. But I wouldn't be sitting around here waiting for everything to explode before I make a move. You might want to think about that. Now, in the past, I have did videos about be careful about a home and trying to wait it out and see what happens. But clearly, the housing market will have a correction at some point in time. But there are some good deals out there. I see them all the time on the internet, but you need a lot of work. The house was a prime example. A home I purchased that needed work. All I know now, I left this motherfucker. Oh yeah, the house is coming out great. That's a whole nother crazy ass video. But anyway, please subscribe to my channel. If you like my videos, click like, share them with family, members, and friends. It's okay to share my videos, y'all. I know y'all like them. Y'all want to share them with other folks. Share them. I can use the money over here to pay for these renovations. Anyway, today it is Tuesday. It is June 7th. The year is 2022. We are still in the coronavirus pandemic. Please be careful out there. Continue to wear your mask. Be careful. Pay attention if you start not to feel well. Like I wasn't feeling well and I immediately got my doctor on the phone who pointed me in the right direction and said, Walter, you might have COVID. And I'm thinking, but sure enough, I sure in the hell did have COVID. So my suggestion is pay attention to your health. I'm glad I was paying attention and I realized something wasn't right. I now have some good medicine that'll help me on the next go round and put this shit right on up. But anyway, today is Tuesday, June 7th, the year is 2022. I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of y'all's evening. I'll see you all tomorrow.